king of Fomo.
What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Let me go ahead and put my disclaimer up there so I don't forget. Today we're going to be talking about Gandhiji, right? Gandhiji. So we're going to get into this a little bit more. We're hitting at about the 30-day mark, so there's still plenty of time for you guys to jump into here. But I do want to do some update videos. I don't want to kind of not mention this until the last minute, and then you run into the problem. No, King of Fomo, you never told me about this, and it's going crazy. So we're looking at the Wisdom NFT pre-sale. The last time we looked at this, we were sitting at about 120, I believe, of the tier 2 NFTs sold. Now we're at 134, so the thing did speed up. So what I'm going to do right now is, if I can, I'm going to purchase 2 more NFTs to get my total at 3 NFTs owned in the presale. So let me go ahead and do that right now in front of you guys, and we'll talk about kind of where this thing can go in the future. So while I'm doing this, just a reminder, if you guys aren't a member of my Patreon, you might want to consider signing up for that. I'm going to do like a sort of a breakdown video and just have more communication over there in general and get more intimate with those guys. Otherwise, no problem. You guys can just stay on this YouTube channel and you'll get the videos, but a little bit slower. No problem there, though. You'll still get all the information that you need to get. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 buys right here for 2 NFTs worth 0.5 Ethereum each. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that, and we'll see if I have enough gas in there to get it done by the time this video is over. But I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, it's nice that proof of influence launched, so I got a little bit of a refresher of how these things work and kind of what to expect in the future. There we go. So now I have two NFTs. We're going to do my third purchase right now. So let's go ahead and get that third purchase up and running. Confirm that. So that's going to bring our total to 3 NFTs. So yeah, like I said, it's nice to see that POI launched and we're able to kind of get a better connection of how these things work overall. And the positive with Gandhiji is that it's going to have a much more quote unquote balanced launch. And now I'm going to say positive, but I really don't know, right? It's going to be a super positive thing. Let's hope it is. And we'll go over the reasons why in a second too. But as you can see here, just to explain it to you guys a little bit different, there are currently 150, 136, 286 NFTs that have been sold. Every single one of those NFTs has SWJ tokens packed inside of it, right? You can't unpack the SWJ tokens from the NFTs. They're all in the NFTs, right? So what that means is if you own these NFTs currently, you can see that I have 3 of them, you're going to get dividends just like in POI, right? Just like in POI, you're going to get dividends for every single other person that buys and sells in the system, right? That is what you're purchasing when you're purchasing these NFTs. You're purchasing a way to get dividends, right? So this is a very, very important distinction right here, because what you're not purchasing is you're not purchasing the SWJ tokens. You're not getting like early access to SWJ tokens as to where you buy the NFTs, and then you get the SWJ tokens in your wallet and you can sell them for a big profit. That's not how it works. Now, I am told that you can sell the NFTs, like the NFTs are in your wallet, so you can, distribute them however you want to distribute them. If you want to sell them, if they sell for whatever price they sell at, you can get rid of the NFTs if there's a market for them. If not, then you obviously can't sell them if nobody wants to buy them from you. But that is how they work. Your SWJ tokens are going to give you access to dividends to the rest of the people who buy and sell on the Gandhiji platform, right? Now, why is this a big deal? We kind of saw what happened in proof of influence. So with proof of influence, it went up to 116-ish Ethereum. Then it jumped back down to 96. I think it's sitting at 96 right now. Now, what I did, I put in about a 1.5 ETH over there, and I got, I think, close to $1,000 in dividends, rising all the way up and going back down and moving around. So that is what you're getting from here. You can get a lot of dividends from just the price of the token moving around. And the other key important point is, guys, that it's super important. Like, the earlier you are in these types of contracts, the more dividends you get, and the better off you're going to be, right? And what these NFTs do is it distributes the quote unquote earliness to way more people, right? I don't think that there's one person that purchased like 200 NFTs or anything like that. That would be a problem. But I think that because the NFTs are distributed amongst more people, there's going to be a lot less pressure on just one person who has everything, right? And you know, the problem comes if there was just one person who had everything and that one person makes a decision where they take a little bit of profit, it causes extreme fear and panic. So what this does is, since the NFTs are distributed amongst potentially 501 different people, that means that if one person decides I got to take my funds and go somewhere else, I'm done with this, I want to do something else, right? They can take their dividends out, they can get rid of their NFTs, they can make their decision, and it won't affect other people as much. And it also means that people buying in afterwards, because the first buys, quote unquote, are from the NFTs, people buying in afterwards, they're not going to get a massive gigantor slice of the pie. If you just launch these contracts and you put in 1 or 2 Ethereum, you get like 80 to 90% of the pie, no matter what, right? You're risk free, period, right? There's nothing for you to fear if you're one of the first couple people to buy in these contracts, because there's nothing for you to lose, right? And that feeling kind of goes away with these NFTs, because the NFTs are the first buyers, and the NFTs cannot sell their SWJ tokens, right? The best you can do with them is try to find a market to sell your NFT to someone else. If it's valuable, right, people will buy it. If there's a lot of buys and sells happening, people will buy it. And that's the other thing. It creates a whole separate market for this type of contract, as to where without this, it's sort of one-dimensional. And if that one dimension breaks down, then the whole thing breaks down, right? So this will be an interesting sort of concept, interesting way to see kind of what happens. Now, again, can't ever predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Gandhiji does. And then the other positive thing that I'll kind of end with right here, we can talk about this in a video when we get closer to it, is Gandhiji has a lot of other things that they're going to be doing in the future, right? Their index, their decentralized exchange, they're doing something with NFTs, something else with their NFTs. And I can't remember. You guys watch my video about all the stuff that they're doing, but they're doing a DAO, so to make decisions for later on. So all this other stuff is good to have, because these contracts, they do need some type of longevity, right? And you know, I could talk a lot about this, about how other cryptocurrencies like Bonk right now is sort of expanding its lifespan by doing what Pum.Fun is doing. And you can compare Bonk, which is a meme coin, to other meme coins, which decided to just be a meme coin, and they faded into irrelevancy. So you do need to have something that's continuously evolving, and I think Gandhiji does have that. And personally, this is just me, personally, I trust that they're going to get some of this stuff off the ground, even if it takes a while. You know, this contract itself took a while, right? You know, this guy was talking about this contract for up to 3 years. It's finally done. So it gives people a reason to hold out longer and less of a reason to panic. So we're looking forward to this thing. Again, you guys have plenty of time to make your decision, but you don't have that much time before the NFTs get sold out completely. Let me reload this. Let me see if it's, because I think it should be at 138, because I just bought 2, or maybe it is 136. I don't remember what I said at the beginning of the video. Anyway, I have 3 NFTs, and we're gonna see what happens later on. And you've got how many left? 12 left before, no, 14 left before we get to tier 3. And tier 3, they're 1 ETH each, right? So it's going to be a lot more expensive at that point. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.